Y'all know what it is. Monday Night Raw just got off the air, and it's time for y'all to spend some time. Come spend some time with us. You know what I'm saying? It's Attitude Era Podcast. Y'all know what it is. You can see the guy on my left or my right, depending on how you're looking at the screen. That is your favorite wrestler's favorite podcaster. If you think your favorite wrestler is famous and he ain't got a picture with Gamage, he ain't as famous as you think he is. And y'all know what it is. King HP, the undisputed podcast champion of the world. I gotta try to keep it down. I got family and relatives downstairs. You know, it's a school night. It's a little crazy, but absolutely. We gonna keep. Oh, SCB First Lady, we see you in the chat. Good lady. How you felt about the Raw goodbye? How you felt about the Raw, good brother? I need to know.
Now, there's going to be a bias for me because of what this episode represented, and it was about AJ Styles. So, with that being said, I thought they did a great job illustrating his career, celebrating everything he's accomplished. So, I enjoyed it for that. And before I really get more into AJ, because I'll save that for later, I gotta talk about the Vision. We gotta talk about that.
You want to jump? You want to jump there? We can jump there.
Yeah, but that was the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm gonna just say it now.
And it might have been the end of the show.
I'm gonna just say it now. That click is cursed.
Yo, I was in another chat and I had to write. You know, the Vision has officially been redubbed the Injury. That crew is not to work together. They have been riddled with injuries. Looks like they picked up another one tonight. But Bronson Reed. Oh, you can't be serious. They said the man already has a torn bicep.
Yeah.
We're done here, folks. We're done. You was already misusing this man. But to make matters worse, I think the common consensus was you kind of wanted a big guy to go into the chamber. You need like a little monster, someone who could ruffle some feathers, whatever the case. And then also on top of that, because the Vision is a main event level of traction, you would want a representative, right? So clear, obviously, Seth on shelf, Braun Breaker on shelf. Well, you're down to the last three. You know, a mystery man who we still don't know who he is. And now tonight, qualifying match. Holy shit. Jey Uso versus Big Bronson Reed versus the original El Grande Americano. And Bronson Reed tears his bicep. You have got to be kidding me.
And we were just talking about how it could be the simplest thing.
You know, I'm not a wrestler, right? So I can't, but I will say this because I've heard this a bunch of times from wrestlers. You know, when you're not out there, like the more time you take off, the harder it is to come back and like get your body into a flow. And I wonder, you know, I don't want to, man, get this guy out of here right from the jump. Get this guy out of here right from the jump. I wonder, like, is there any merit to that where, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, these guys were doing about 100 and so matches a year, and they're around 60 now, like a full time. Like, if you Google LA Knight schedule last year, LA Knight was a guy who was constantly on TV. He carried the weight. They said he did about 60 matches last year. That could be rough. That could be off. But if that's anywhere, if it's accurate, not precise, but if it's, you know, in a ballpark, that's a substantially lower amount, much lighter schedule than years previous. And rough. Wrestling is a rough business, regardless. Whether you lighten the schedule, they're just going to take the bumps and the bruises. You push through and their bodies are just so used to things, and it's like, muscle memory on certain things. Their bodies just used to things, but that grind, being away from family, it's like a no win, right? There's really no, what I mean. But I know the WWE's got to be fuming right now because you put a lot of time and effort into the vision.
You did. And specifically the main three that are now currently out.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Low key, the seeds of this was planted when Bronson Reed took out Seth Rollins, right? Because you didn't see it coming, but that's what was the decision that Seth made, because he was like, man, this guy has got it. He can go, he was up here like this, you know what I'm saying? He was going with it. What up, Vinny? What up, Mike? I see you in the chat. Good sirs. Let me go ahead and they're already on. But damn, Bronson Reed, like I already said, they were misusing him. He needs to be competing for a title, mid-tier or whatever. But now, oh my gosh, man, you might not see him till the Royal Rumble. He'll be out for at least 4 to 6.
At least.
Oh my gosh.
He not making it a Mania. We know that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Unless this is all a hoax. But I don't see what's the point. Like, we can't keep playing the injury fake card, especially with the same group of guys. You know what I'm saying? In the same season, it just wouldn't bode well.
It wouldn't, especially with the three main people you were building. It would make more sense if maybe it was Logan or Austin, but to do that with Braun, with them being the remaining three, he was the last one you could have taken really seriously from that group.
Yeah, 100%. He was the face card to the group. I mean, not the face card, but like you said, like, yeah, I was saying in previous shows, he was the muscle.
Yeah.
And but he was the constant, right? Because when the vision was formed, he was one of the pinnacles. And he beat Roman Reigns. Like, okay. And if he goes to the chamber, it's a good start. Remember, I told you he hadn't won any matches until the previous week. So boom, the speculation was he was going to win, but now you got Jey Uso in there. Men's chamber, it's cool. Cody, Randy, Javon Evans, Trick Willie. Main event Jey Uso. And I'm missing one.
Randy Orton.
I didn't say Randy. Okay, so Randy. That's a good draw. It's a good draw. But it is missing. It is missing like the muscle. Like a lot of people speculated to be Brock. You know what I mean? And Brock turns to instant chaos. Jey Uso. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think anyone expects him to win. He'll give you some high flying acrobatics. He'll give you. He's definitely going to bring energy up when he gets in. The yeet. WWE, please. I don't ask for much. It was my birthday yesterday. Do not let this mother sucker run it back during the Elimination Chamber.
You know he is.
There's no.
Know he is.
Yo.
HP, you forgetting he did it at War Games, bro.
Dog, he did it at the Royal Rumble.
War Games, bro. And
don't do it. WWE, if you want this guy to have a shred of dignity to be taken serious at any point, don't just stop the running back. Or he can run it back in like his you know what I'm saying? Like a regular one-on-one or something like that. But like the chamber, bro, you're talking about this is one of the most hellacious and this get that out of here. Because even if he does it and someone stops it like the way Roman did in the Reigns, it just makes him look like a complete joke.
It does.
It makes him look like a complete joke. I wouldn't mind if he set somebody up to run it back and someone's like, yeah, run it back. And then he does to them what Roman did to him. It's like I'm not running it back here, and you be like, oh snap. Jey Uso got that, that could work, but he don't. Yeah, please, no need. Let him have some sort of like urgency to win without having to be told you need to do it and put all that aside. That's not like you don't have to be in. Come on, just don't do it. Just don't do it. But if you're gonna do the spot, let him turn on somebody. Let him turn on Cody. Let him turn on Cody. I don't like. Oh shit! I forgot. That's your man's.
I mean,
I'm not gonna slander him.
Look, I'm not about to get mad. Look, Z ain't here, but I'm gonna just look. Z not here, so I'm gonna just say it. I'm not gonna get mad if someone says they don't like Cody when, unlike him, gets mad when people say they don't like Cena.
I don't like Cena either.
Yeah.
I don't like Cena. Okay, so now that I got that off my chest, thank God. That joint that's just like taking a shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like you just feel lighter. You feel better. You know you've gotten it out. Like don't need that in my system. But no. To be honest, I think the Chamber men's side. Would I prefer Bronson Reed? Yeah, I think another heel would have been good for it, but you can't stop the reality of reality, and that's just what it is. He got hurt tonight.
Yeah, supposedly he was booked to win. Supposedly,
that would make a lot of sense. It just would. This when you look at the lineup of stars, like I didn't spend 9 months telling you the Vision is the shit just to have a WrestleMania opportunity and not even put the Vision as one of the 6 members. Then obviously they're not as good as we think they are. At least if they're a member and they don't win, that's one thing. And then all of a sudden now you got another. Oh my gosh, man! Hey, salute to Bronson Reed. I hope he gets better ASAP. And when he comes back, I hope WWE like, all right, we got to put a title on this guy. I don't know if the Vision's entirely gonna die though. I don't think you just trash it. I think you have to stop it. But I think you might as well. You still have a Masked Man storyline. You still have there's, oh my gosh, they're in such peril, but they're not out the wood. Like they're not.
Again, but I mean, at this point, if they're gonna do the Masked Man thing still, at this point, just make it Bad Bunny, and so it could be him and Logan. If they're still trying to do that, that's the only way the Masked Man thing works at this point now.
Yo, someone brought up a point. I don't know if it was you. Somebody brought this up. That Grayson Waller thing, I think it was last week. It wouldn't be a big thing, surprise, but him and Austin Theory to have that, like, you left me for that, you left me outside for these guys. You're doing the same thing here that you were doing with me, except with me we had fun, but here it's nothing. They're using you to get wins, to get titles, and putting you on the back burner, putting you in black jackets and being a bag boy. Like, I just don't know if it's enough to really sell as a Mania match, but maybe
I don't know for a Mania match, but you can go with that. My question is that supposed to make Austin Theory turn babyface or still heel? Like, who would be the face and who would be the heel? Because the way, if they're going to do the whole, we're going to play the history back of how we got here, it makes more sense for Austin Theory to turn face.
Right. Yeah. I have a question. Did Logan Paul wrestle Seth Rollins yet?
Yeah. I think he did in one of the WrestleManias. I don't remember which one.
Because it feels like they did. And I almost want to say, and it's like my brain right now can't process. If any of y'all know the answer to that, especially if you have like, yeah, he wrestled him at whatever event, blah, blah, blah. Drop that in the chat. And the reason why I'm asking is because
Mania 39.
Mania 39? Damn. 39. Oh, yeah, that was right. 38 was Cody and Seth.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't run that back. I don't think they need a history. But yeah, because my thing only would say is it could be Seth Rollins. And Seth is like, why? People are like, why would it be Seth attacking? And then it's something that Logan Paul, he got his hands on. Logan Paul has some emails, almost Epstein-like, the Logan files. You know what I'm saying? And Logan was basically going to use the Vision to get over, get up, get himself elevated. That's why he's always if Paul Heyman's not talking, it's him. He's always on Paul Heyman, coming out, kind of like low-key interrupting Paul Heyman. Or what I'm saying, taking the next one to speak, taking that speaking role. So I thought that could be an option. I mean, it still could be. You could run it back, but what are you gonna market? Logan Paul, Seth Rollins too? Like no. Yeah. I'm not saying it's not an option, but I would just almost act like it didn't happen. I mean, maybe you could set. I mean, let's not act like Logan Paul ain't a mega star. He draws eyes well outside WWE. Well outside to this very day. So a couple options they have, a couple things on the table. The Masked Man, yikes. But division is in trouble. Creative is going to have to be paid overtime. They're going to have to sit in that room, create a think tank, and put some options together. Another thing is you have any free agents on the table. Now is the time to say, oh, it's a free agent. Why? I've been targeting y'all because you say you've had the best. You had this oracle, this guy who ran a 4-year title run on a guy and got him over. But now he's with you. Loser. A bunch of guys on a rebound who couldn't get to all NBA first team. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be a great time for Jericho to show up. But maybe even Powerhouse Hobbs. No, that build is horrible. That doesn't even closely match. I don't know. You're going to have to pull somebody out. The box is a dud, bro. The box would have to be Vince McMahon. There's nothing that... Here's my fear about the box. You ready to move on to the box or to anything else? Because
no, we can move on to the box.
Oh, man. I meant to do some shit. I forgot. I'm trying to do it on the fly. But when it comes to that box, right? I do think, because we've seen these type of things before. The Raw general announcer, you know what I mean? That we didn't know, and it was Hornswoggle, corny, the gobbledygooker, like corny. Like we've seen more misses than you know what I'm saying, success when it comes to open these things now. And it's all good. It's just, what's the likelihood and what do you think it is that could be in that box?
I don't have the slightest idea.
Nah, you got to get on. We can't cop out. I'm gonna have to make some stuff up. Nah, good brother.
I still feel like it's some 2K26 content. I'm not gonna hold you.
Ooh,
that's what I think. But
I would be mad at that because it's playing out on TV in real time, and I don't know where that came from. And to be honest, I need something bigger than that because they just released that roster. It's in its entirety, and it's pretty extensive. It's good. I have no complaints on that, but I would like to see. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you hit me with a video game thing, I'm gonna be low key like corny. We had to wait till the chamber for that. Could it be do you think, would you prefer it be a wrestler? Would you prefer it be like a manager, a leadership, authoritarian? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Somebody to, you know what I'm saying? Or an item of such, like a new belt to be displayed for the new, you know what I'm saying? Or some sort of new, like, you know how they got the Heritage Cup in NXT? They got something like that, and they're like, this is going to be a new thing, and it starts now. Like, you know, the 24-hour championship, you know, like they used to have 24/7.
I would rather be a wrestler, because even if it is like a new belt or new like award for a wrestler to earn, it makes no sense to put it in a box that looks like a coffin.
You know what's crazy, Gamash? You know, WWE got surprises. I bet you we got our own joint. So just so you know, tap in because we have a box we have to open that I can't say. I can't speak on. Let me slide these panties to the side. I know how we do. But very similar to WWE. So on Elimination Chamber, you're gonna tap in. We don't know what their box is, but we got our own box to open, and we're gonna find out on the 28th. Because now I'm interested to see what the hell we got going on. This better not be some Z shit. If Z pop out that fucking box, hey guys, I'm here. It's John Cena. I'm going to lose it. I'm gonna be like Iron Man when Thanos threw that planet at him. He's like, "You throw another moon at me, and I'm gonna lose it." Like, but I think we're better than that. But I think at this point, I'd rather be a person brought back not as a wrestler, as an authoritative figure or something. I know you got two GMs, but you're like, I mean, really, I'm basically describing Vince McMahon. There's a deal supposedly in the works, rumor, right? He's trying to buy back to privately own the WWE. Look, I get Vince McMahon doesn't make the best booking decisions. He got plenty of misses. He got 40 years of history to pull from. You could be here till tomorrow morning pulling out all the misses that Vince McMahon had. We just spoke about one, the gobbledygooker. Like, so somebody was like, let's have a turkey jump out the egg, right? But the way he books is different. The way he respects champions is different. I would take a Vince McMahon PLE over a Triple H PLE, only because Triple H tries to pack in within 4 to 5 matches. He doesn't want to do extensive, which push the titles off a lot of PLEs. I think we have to get back to titles and being on PLEs. Not saying you have to have every title on every PLE. Too many titles at this point. But I think you need almost 7 to 8 matches on a card and 3 to 4 championship matches. Because, you know, even if you went and did brand PLEs and the major 4 could be both brands, especially because we have 2 nights. SummerSlam, 2 nights. Well, Survivor Series is still 1. Yep, Survivor Series is still 1. Royal Rumble is 2 next year? Is it going to 2 next year? You're on mute.
My bad. I said possibly. I don't think they confirmed that.
Okay. So we know we got Mania and SummerSlam 2 nights. And that's 2 of the big 4 plus the Rumble, and then you have Survivor Series. So I just think the way Vince did things is more in line for, you know what I'm saying, for what wrestling fans are looking for. Because one, let's be clear, everybody in the United States, everybody on planet Earth, if you're a wrestling fan, in some regard is a Vince McMahon baby. You got brought up under the wrestling that Vince McMahon brought you. And if you didn't watch, like, you could have never watched WWF. You could have been like, well, I was always a WCW guy. I used to watch New Japan and blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Let's leave WCW out. You grew up watching New Japan. You grew up watching other, you know, a lot of indie. Okay, cool. You would probably be a very different person. But those people are few and far between, especially in the United States.
Even with that, Vince has been, an owner of WWE for, 40, 41 years?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So if you watch WCW exclusively, WCW was competing against WWE. So they were either taking ideas or they took superstars that they had and vice versa. And you know what I'm saying? So again, for me, it's a booking thing. I would love to see Vince come back because also Vince was also fan friendly in the pricing. He understood where the value was to keep, you know what I'm saying? Vince's later booking in his later years definitely was a little off. But I mean, he also set us up with the bloodline. You know, Roman was supposed to lose a WrestleMania. I mean, there's a lot of things supposed to happen. John Cena talked about he was supposed to become a 17-time champion at SummerSlam 2021, and The Rock is supposed to come. Like it's a lot. When you hear all that behind the scenes talk, you're like, damn, that would have been crazy. But who knows? But that box, that box is going to be something that that could. I don't know. I'm not gonna hold you. I only say that because it could be. If it's a wrestler, that's a lot of eggs in one basket. Because what wrestler could really make that much impact that's available? Swerve Strickland, sure. Hangman Page, absolutely. Will Ospreay, yep. But all those guys are contractually obligated to another company, and that's not happening. Chris Jericho, man, we've heard that name before, but my understanding he's completely obligated. So,
and the rumor right now is his contract is frozen.
So what you gonna bring Andrade back? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man.
That'd be crazy.
Tommaso Ciampa's in the box.
Shout out to Andrade though, because Friday I was at House of Glory, and he had a match with the champion there. I think his name is Mason, Charles Mason. He put on. Honestly, Andrade right now is the best he's been in his career.
Yeah, you remember that ladder match that led the table ladders, the Money in the Bank, and Carmelo and him after that went to a 7-match run right after that, and they kind of were beefing. Yeah, that was their time to break out and put a mid-tier title on one of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, at that time, I probably would have picked Andrade because he was a better heel and low key. You know what I'm saying? Like he's easy to hate. He can build hate easy. He can promo. Both of them can do a lot. But you could have ping pong that. Even if you didn't ping pong it, Carmelo being doing that best of 7 with a title up for grabs, understanding the importance of it. That was definitely a time Andrade could always put on. He no. Why he left, I don't know, but I mean, I'm sure it's for good reason. He may have felt underused, undervalued. I can see that. I can see that for a lot of guys on that roster.
Yeah.
So, sometimes a bottle of water is always a bottle of water, but it sells for different prices in different places. So its value changes based upon its location, and that's just the truth. And people pay without disgruntled or not. They pay it. They're okay with it because they know what it is. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's at the airport like, let me speak to the manager. No one's doing that. They buy that water and keep it moving. Catch that flight. But yeah, at your job, it's $1.25.
Yeah.
You get it at Publix, you might get them for 77 cents, or Sam's Club, get them for 70 cents, 77 cents wholesale. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so the location wasn't right for what he thought, and it is what it is. Not mad. Mike, I was with you too. I hate that they lost Andrade. John Cena gets his revenge at WrestleMania. I wish, Kobe. I wish. Even though I ain't even a Cena fan. Let's can we talk about the evening, the end, the evening? Or you want to cover some other stuff? Because there's some other stuff that needs to be covered. But
we could get into that and then go with the rest.
Tonight, I was bashing it too. Ooh, you should have heard me in my tonight's episode was. I couldn't wait till Gunther came out during that AJ Styles and put him to sleep. I literally couldn't, because I'm like, okay, he's really just talking. Then Mark Calloway came out. And I was like, oh, here he come with his corny ass. Taker is dope. Mark Calloway, I'd be like, oh. But now it seems that he has a certain piece of placement within a company where he's the Hall of Fame guy. So if you see Taker rolling up, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It ain't Mark Calloway rolling up. It's Taker. Now, if he don't induct you, it's Mark Calloway. But tonight, AJ Styles got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. It was announced.
Yeah.
Did that change my opinion? Yes. Did it change yours, Gamaj? Oh, Gamaj, how did you feel about Mr. Styles getting inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. First time up, first ballot. Man just retired at Royal Rumble.
I think it's well deserved. I think he's earned it. I did not expect him to get inducted this year. That was a surprise. My question is, they already confirmed Stephanie. So is he really going to be the first ballot, or is it Stephanie?
Let me tell you something. Ain't no McMahon outside of Vince higher on the ballot than AJ Styles.
All right, so we're on the same page. I didn't want to think
That's just a reality. I don't care who. She should tell you that herself. You ain't done more for wrestling than AJ Styles, and even if you did, no one believes you. But here's the kicker. They might say she's the main, you know what I mean, because of how connected to the company she is and blah, blah, blah. Because she's got, I mean, if anyone's got pull in the company, Stephanie McMahon, you know, certainly. And I'm not mad at it. That's just the politics of the game. Like she was the boss's daughter. Yo, the creative control, the Dana White of the WWE is her husband. What do we expect? So if they put her over AJ Styles, I'm not going to say nothing and bicker, but ain't nobody with a right mind going to look at that and go, hell yeah.
Right.
They're just going to be like, we know what it is. It's cool. It's not, I mean, AJ's going in and AJ's really going to, I mean, if Stephanie gets 22 minutes to talk, give AJ 21. Ain't nobody going to be mad. Right. But I was taken aback. I do appreciate that they, since Gunther didn't come back out to kick his ass, you inducted him into Hall of Fame. Didn't see that coming. But I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this has to do with ticket sales? Because there's another guy who just retired in December.
I was going to say no, because if that was the case, then they would have done that with Cena.
Well, this is my question. Because Cena, okay.
Because I spoke with someone about this, and this
go.
is what he said to me, and I'm like, I could kind of see them doing this. Don't be surprised if they induct Cena next year at Saudi.
That's disgusting.
Don't be surprised.
That is disgusting.
I'm not saying they should do that. I'm not saying I agree with that. But don't be surprised if they do.
So, my bad. That bullshit made me sick. Yo, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh my god, I mean, it's up to Cena, right? You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah.
I'd be like, hell no. I wouldn't be surprised if next year's draft class is a little weak. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd be like, I'm not getting inducted over there. I mean, I get it. You want me to? We're not talking about Dubai. You're talking about Saudi Arabia? No, we are talking about Dubai. My brain was tripping. I was thinking I'm on a deployment. Hold on. I had a whole brain fart. I'm still not bringing my family over there. Not for an induction. Maybe for a vacation, but not for... No. I want all my family. I'm not spending all that bread and then these rules and they can't win. Hell no. No. A phenomenal no. You know what I'm saying? My thing is this. AJ got inducted before John Cena. They retired within 6 months of each other. Do you feel, and I'm sure they went to John, they asked him, John was like, no, I respectfully, I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they asked John. If I was a gambler, I would say they asked John. He declined. But maybe they didn't. Maybe John already said something. I don't want to be inducted until, or what? I don't know. I just thought it was weird that AJ got inducted before John Cena. The company guy. Like, AJ is an icon. No doubt. We'll get no argument on me. But if you had to induct one guy into a Hall of Fame, let's take the letters WWE out. Or maybe that actually makes all the difference in the world.
I would say it makes a difference. You make more of a case for AJ. Because again, if we're taking WWE out, you got to put everything.
You're right.
It's more of a debate with the WWE added.
Because you only get a 10-year run. And then I noticed they had some TNA videos of him. You know what I'm saying? That nice little merger. You know what I'm saying? It helps out. We can play some TNA stuff. Okay. But we're only going to play him against WWE superstars, of course. And nothing wrong with that. I mean, cool. You know, I get it. Business. But I will say, I'm still shocked. WWE. And again, this is probably some backstage. They probably talked to John. John probably declined or said, I would prefer blah, blah, blah. Because John's supposedly this great company guy, which I could see that. And him being like, no, I don't want to take away from X, Y, and Z. But I'm going to be honest. AJ Styles inducting into the Hall of Fame. He's the headliner. I am still mad because where the fuck is Sid's?
That's a fact.
I'm not saying AJ.
It's a lot of people that that should have been in it. That's not.
I'm hoping. Last year was hashtag Sid Hall of Fame. I'm about to start that back up again because you've only announced 2 Hall of Fame people, and I hope. That would be a pretty stacked draft class to me. AJ Styles, Stephanie McMahon, then Psycho Sid. Boom. That's heavyweights. To be honest, with AJ as the headliner. Could you throw Sid as a headliner? Nah, not with AJ. I was gonna say, could you? Respectfully, you could if someone stopped watching wrestling in like 2012. You could. But if someone's been watching wrestling the whole time, someone may still make that argument. But in the eyes of the majority, the masses, I think AJ is legitimately, yeah. Because I like Sid more. I'm always been a 80s, 90s kind of guy. Like, man. But I ain't gonna hold you. AJ, AJ was that dude in everywhere he touched down. Sid will be filler when inducted, unfortunately, like like Rotunda and Wyndham. I do agree with the first part. I don't know if he'll be as much filler as they were. I think they'll use Sid to highlight because Sid had a run in WWE. He won world titles in both companies. But to be honest, when Sid, even though this is not like an accolade, Sid is one of the few people that beat Prime Brett, Prime HBK, and was the cheered, you know what I'm saying? Like, he started the Stone Cold movement low key. Because if you watch what Sid was in the Garden in 96, that's what Stone Cold ended up being.
Vinny, you know exactly why Michelle McCool's in the Hall of Fame, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh, hold on, I miss him. Oh, yeah. I understand why. It's not what you know, but what you can prove. It's not what you know, but who you know. I'm going to leave it. Didn't Denzel say both of those things in 2 different movies? It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. That was definitely Training Day. I feel like it's not what you know, but who you know. I don't know. I can't. That one doesn't come off the top of my tongue, but I said it in a Denzel style voice. So, yeah. Vinny, you said it. If that's the case, you might as well inducted Layla Ali. Not Layla Ali. What was her tag team partner's name?
Layla L. You talking about Michelle McCool's partner?
Yeah, Layla L.
Yeah.
Layla Ali. I was tripping, thinking of Clarissa Shields and shit.
Now, Layla L was my crush when she was active. But
hell yeah,
That was my what?
Wasn't she on Tough Enough or something? Like she came through.
She was, and she used to be a Miami Heat cheerleader.
Yeah.
Oh
She was
yeah.
fire.
Oh yeah.
She still is.
It's a fact. I met her each time. Every chance I get, I'm meeting her.
Oh, gorgeous woman. Anyway, gorgeous woman. But yeah, I'm a little shocked by this. I'm not gonna hold you. Before Mark Calloway came out, I was definitely hoping Gunther was gonna come out and ruin this. I even thought they were gonna try to do something where AJ gets attacked. Someone's gonna have to defend his honor at the Chamber. They're gonna make a fifth match. It's gonna be Gunther versus whoever tries to save him, probably Dragon Lee. He's gonna choke Dragon Lee out, and they're gonna say he's got a crushed larynx or something to where AJ is like, "Yo, I'm not going to that Hall of Fame until I get my get back." And there's no get back. And then you got remember the Hollywood Backlot Brawl from WrestleMania 12? They were driving all over these, the OJ Bronco chase. You give us something like that, the Las Vegas Backlot Brawl, and it's an unsanctioned match. It doesn't count. It's not. It's an exhibition style. Essentially, this does not count on records. We cannot. They just kept clarifying. There's no rules. There's no ref. There's no ring attire. There's no music. There's no entrance themes. There's no walking to the ropes. It's you when we open these two doors. We got you locked in one room. You locked in another room. We're just gonna open the doors, and when y'all meet, and that's it. And the only reason there's a ref there is to get medical attention and stop the match. There's no pinfall. The ref is only there to stop the match.
So
that's
basically an unsanctioned match, pretty much.
Yeah. I would have been like, yo, I'm so with it. I don't give a hell about that retirement match because no one's happy with it because we didn't want him to lose at the Royal Rumble. So we're not mad. And if we get him at Mania and going out, we good, brother. And if he loses at Mania where the match had to be stopped, it depends on how. Don't put him to sleep. Don't put him to sleep. Whatever you do, don't put him to sleep. But you got to figure that part out, WWE. But they're not doing that. They're done with it. I don't know. I think this is also done to keep AJ from going anywhere else. Him going on the WWE Hall of Fame, that Legends contract, and that's the biggest key. I think with John Cena, we don't have to worry about John. John is a lifer.
He's gonna stay loyal to them no matter.
He's a lifer. He's gonna do it. We have we have an IP on his name. This guy let us use his name and likeness and all that. We're good. We're good here. But AJ is a different breed. So I think that also pushes the fact of why it's imperative. We got to hurry up and get this guy on a contract. Well, he's retired. Okay, give him the Legends contract. Go to the interviews on here and go to the Sid Vicious. Gamage did the interview. Yeah, favorite wrestlers, favorite podcaster. Sid talked about that, about getting that because if you're in the Hall of Fame, you're on contract with them. So there's still money to be made. So 100%, I definitely think because there was rumors like, man, he might, you know what I'm saying? And that's why he even addressed the glove situation. I don't think it was what he said. It was for me to come back to Atlanta and do nah, buddy. They seen that and was like, nah. We're hey, Triple H. Yeah, get one of your homeboys, type that contract up ASAP. That's what that was.
It was like no AJ Styles versus MJF, no AJ Styles.
Oh yeah,
Swerve, no AJ.
Oh yeah,
no AJ Styles versus Will Ospreay. We gonna clip all that now.
We have to stop this and now because AJ Styles. So let me tell you something. Kevin Nash when he went to WCW, Razor when he went, were not. At the moment, maybe Nash might have been hotter at that moment because AJ was down to the IC championship. He wasn't really winning matches like that. But Kevin Nash was coming fresh off WrestleMania against Taker. He was in the world title picture heavily. Like
you know, he was still in the main event scene when he left. And all it takes sometimes is one guy to go over to the company. And that's all it takes. One guy, the right storyline, and you're out of here. Because wrestling fans are finicky. We are. We can tell you all this stuff. And to be honest, if you're not watching AEW, then are you really a wrestling fan, or you just like to see what the WWE force feeds you? You know, or any wrestling organization for that matter outside the WWE. You know, I catch myself sometimes like, man, I haven't seen no other. I got to check out this pay-per-view. Let me go on YouTube and check. You know what I'm saying? Like, do yourself the favor. You know what I'm saying? Find out who other wrestlers are at least. I'm not saying you have to know their whole thing. Like, I'm not going to study the whole New Japan and get an in-depth history the way I know the WWE's. No, I'm not going to do that. But I am going to get enough information to understand who some of these guys are, so I can understand wrestling styles and understand how the Japan fan base, because they don't rest like it's night and day. Night and day. Man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. Did you think Gunther was gonna come out at the end?
No, I didn't. I didn't think he was.
Oh, okay.
Because the fact that they themed an entire episode for AJ Styles, they weren't gonna ruin that last moment for him. I didn't see them doing that.
I ain't gonna lie. If you really want to bet the house on Gunther, tonight would have been the night. If you want to bet the house on Gunther, tonight would have been the night. Tonight would have been that. They could have had it to where AJ got the best of them. Maybe even Taker had to come out to like stop it, like, and Gunther like, all right, I'm out. I'm already outnumbered, and this just got worse. Taker just, you know what I'm saying? So AJ Styles got the upper hand, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And Taker being like, calm down. All right, like, look, you got your family here. It's like, I ain't coming, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, listen, there's not many things I could tell you as an athlete, as a father, as a husband, as a whatever. But one thing I can tell you, as a Hall of Famer, but I can't tell you because you're not a Hall of Famer. But we're gonna change that. However that monologue will go. I think I could have worked with that. But if I ran the company tonight, I'd have had to put Gunther in there to beat the shit out of AJ. Not beat the shit out of AJ, but to mess that ceremony, that speech up a little bit. And then I would have had Gunther on the losing end of a brawl where AJ gets getting the best of him. So the Atlanta crowd is cheering him on. AJ is pumped. And then we're bringing it back full circle. We got to, even if we would have got to see him do a Styles clash, like Gunther is clearing house and AJ, like, hold up, slides back in, does something, hits him with a Styles clash, rolls up Gunther, Taker like, you got to chill. Or Gunther trying to get back in, Taker come out, Gunther like, hell no. And that's where that conversation, I think I would have did something a little, because I need Gunther to get over as a heel. I need Gunther to be hated. I need people to talk about, man, that shit Gunther did was bullshit. Fuck Gunther. You know what I mean? Like, I need people to have that level of hate for Gunther. And I didn't, he started to tonight. They kicked him out and he just went like, okay. He's not Drew heel. We need Drew McIntyre style heel. Drew would have came back. Drew, if Drew leaves the building in the beginning of the show, there's 100% chance at the end of the show, Drew is putting hands
He's
and feet.
coming right back. Yeah.
So this is what I mean. It's not like that's not true. That's not true. Do you believe Gunther is where Drew is? I know you don't. Nobody
thinks that.
Good. So now that we got that, that's the type of shit that Drew does. So it's not far-fetched. He does that shit all the time. Matter of fact, he does it every time. You can rest assured Drew McIntyre is going to Claymore, beat somebody down, clobber somebody with a world, you know what I'm saying, with a championship belt, whether he was the champ or he wasn't. he coming back for his, for certain. He gonna make the show interesting. So Gunther being like, oh, okay, I'm out. Okay. You're not gonna get over as a super heel. You're just gonna be a heel, but you're not gonna be Shredder. You're gonna be like, I don't know, General Trag or one of them other corny Ninja Turtle characters, Baxter Stockman. Like, you're not gonna be the guy that, you know what I'm saying? You won't be Shredder, bro. We need Shredder out this motherfucker. Like, General Trag ain't gonna get it. You remember General Trag, that little rock looking mug? Like, he was corny as hell too. What was the other one? The Gator, Leatherface, the Rat King. You can't. We need Shredder. All them other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Imperium was Bebop and Rocksteady. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I just, but no, just for all intents and purposes, that's the type of stuff that elevates the heel. And if people disagree, again, when WWE was doing their racist rants, and you had a certain guy in creative doing monkey gestures to Mark Henry, you know what I'm saying? Knowing damn well come on, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, go ahead and ruin. And you're not going to ruin it because we're going to make still AJ get over so he can get his applause. He can, you know what I'm saying, have the upper hand. There's no more matches to come. So, you know. But, yeah, I need Gunther to step his heel game up. Because he's like a funny heel. He says things that are like, you know, when he told Bret Hart, I know your favorite. He told him his favorite wrestler was Goldberg.
That was funny.
Bill Goldberg. Know how much that man hates Bill Goldberg. So, you know, salute to Gunther for being diabolical, but he's not ruthless. He's almost like a shock value heel, verbally, promo-wise. And that's cool. That has its upside too, however, to be CM Punk, Drew McIntyre 2024 level heel, you're gonna have to step it up, brother. Because that year that they had, where it ended in the Hell in a Cell and all that was top notch. That was top notch, and we need Gunther to get there. So tonight, not saying it was wasted, because again, you inducted. Yeah, we need evil. We need evil. I need to see Gunther put someone's parent to sleep. I need to see him go at Cody Rhodes and put his mom in the sleeper. Like, and then for some reason they're holding Cody back. Like, we're gonna send the security out there. You cannot go out there in the state that you're in. And Cody just snapping. Because now they look back on the camera and he got his mom Dukes, Mama Rhodes. And you know, her feet be dangling the way they did Dragon Lee. We need to diabolical something for Gunther, because we can't just be laughing because this guy has something funny to say once every 4.5 weeks. You know.
Let me ask you this. Do you think they treated AJ's retirement, as far as like his last episode or his last match? Let me say last appearance. You think they treated him better than they did Cena?
Yep, 100%.
Okay.
Cena never got a tribute show. I mean, that could have been the least they could have did.
Well, the argument could also be said he got a whole year to do a tour that was advertised. AJ never got that.
Okay.
Now, granted, I'm not saying the tour was the greatest thing. It definitely could have been better. It could have been, but he did get a year.
Okay. That's a fair statement too, to be honest with you. Then to re-answer your question, no. Because AJ, like, Shinsuke knew of Oh Boy's retirement, because he didn't have a premonition about it. He literally said AJ told him.
Yeah,
it felt like, knowing that now, looking back in hindsight, AJ couldn't say it out loud to everybody because the WWE can't have two mega stars retiring at the same time. We're already doing one retirement tour. We're not, like, it just can't be this thing. So we'll give you what you want. They made him a tag team champion with Dragon Lee. Whatever. He wrestled a match with Randy Orton. He wrestled a match with CM Punk. He wrestled a match with Shinsuke. You know, he got some people in there, but he never really got to say it was a final thing until one day you're all of a sudden you're faced with it. So no, he did not get the justice that he deserved to do a retirement. Because regardless of the John Cena thing, AJ's thing, and he announced it, and it was always second fiddle. He said at one of the WWE Netflix things, he was like,
I think it was SummerSlam. I think in SummerSlam he's mentioned it in the pre-show or the post-show.
it was one of those things because when you think about it, here's the kicker. Here's what's gonna be real mind-boggling. It's gonna sound really effed up. John Cena said he didn't want to be selfish because retiring at WrestleMania would have been selfish because WWE does bad numbers in December. It's the worst month of the year. It's right before the Road to WrestleMania. It's the last quarter. People are trying to conserve money because they're trying to spend money on family. Whew. Christmas, they're just coming off Thanksgiving, the whole holiday, right? So he was like, let's do a retirement in September or December, drive the quarter four numbers up.
Mm-hmm.
There was also another conversation that was had behind closed doors of AJ Styles. Had to have been. And because Cena wanted to do all these things, they could have actually said, no, Cena, we got to get you to be selfish because AJ's retiring less than 1 month after you. If we put you in December just because we want to drive numbers up for who? Fans don't give a fuck about your numbers, bro. Like, when I hear John Cena say that, he's like, I'm doing it for the business. Okay? That sounds good. The business is the fans, though. Let's be clear. We're the ones who buy the merch that drive the numbers. We're the ones who watch the shows that drive the numbers. We're the ones who, if we're not doing those things, those numbers that are driven are now seen by Netflix and whatever other platforms, right? So there's John Cena's point. But like, then there's I don't want to say my duty to my peer, my counterpart, but like, I don't want to shit on what he's done either. Because here, I get my way. I get my way way more so than he will. He got 10 years here, but your first, everything else before that 10 was against us. My whole 20 some odd years is in this company. John Cena got pulled. We know this. So I think, John Cena, I remember Archie used to say this too about, they say John Cena never used to say no to things. He just wanted to be that. That's not true because John Cena will tell you that, but there's wrestlers who are disgruntled that have a whole different story.
Yeah, it's plenty of wrestlers who, granted, they waited after they left. So maybe there was like an NDA or something like that. Not sure. A lot of them talk about Cena playing politics.
But
I'm not going to turn this to a Cena hit on my end because I can easily do that. I could easily do that. But
no, and that's fair. That's fair. Because again, I'm not backstage, but when I hear that, these are from John Cena. John Cena said, "Let's do this quarter four. Let's turn the numbers up." But that conversation had to have happened with AJ, whether it was John to AJ, whether it was staff to AJ. Hey, we got to play this on the fly. Now maybe John's came first. Maybe I don't know, but you got to pick your date. You should have did it at Mania, bro, for just off shits and giggles. Because the fans, let me tell you something. If Ric Flair, do you not believe Ric Flair's retirement was peak?
It was before he started one of them other shows, but it was for that moment.
Fair.
But for that moment, when we didn't know the future, it was.
Yeah.
That was on AJ could have stayed longer. That was his choice to leave at the Rumble. It was also John's choice too, though.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah, but you don't hear AJ talking like how Cena's talking about it. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And at least with AJ, even tonight when he gave a speech, I really do think he just wants to spend time with his family. He missed out on a lot.
Yeah. And don't forget, John Cena ain't got no kids, bro.
Exactly.
John Cena ain't missed shit.
Yeah. AJ literally said, I spent all these years wrestling, watching my kids grow through FaceTime.
Yes.
I missed a lot. I missed birthdays. I missed anniversaries.
Yes. As a dad, I used to deploy. I was in the military for 23 years. And I was trying to get out after 20, but I signed a bigger contract. Thought I could get out of it because of, I'm not going to get into that, but I couldn't. And there were so many more years where it's like, I cannot wait to get to this so-and-such year mark so I can try to retire and do my thing. I get that road feeling. I 100% know. So if I see a guy talking about, man, you know how much I missed out on, and I know you ain't even got kids, I'll entertain you for a split second. But in my brain, I'm like, you have no idea. You don't even know what it's like to love. Like, bro, no. It can't even be explained to someone who doesn't have kids. Because the closest you can get is another sibling or something, you know what I'm saying? Something, no. Till you're nah. And there's some people who don't even feel like that. They be like, man. So it is what it is. But AJ to me is gonna hold more merit because he's got a family and he sacrificed and he did everything. And that's not to take away from anything John Cena did because the wrestling grind is tough. But when you ain't got kids, you're a bachelor, damn near your whole career. I mean, I mean, shit. It's you calling the shot, literally. So, I mean, salute to John, though. I mean, I also do believe in seniority. And despite the AJ thing, I've been with this company 20 years. I don't care how long you've been wrestling. I've been here 20 years. I earned my spot. I picked the shot. Everybody else has to move their release date. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it is. So I'm not mad at John either. He earned it. I mean, AJ did. It's hard. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, man.
I do feel like in both parties, they both earned and deserved whatever date they chose. So I understand that. I just don't agree with the comment for Cena saying why he chose what he chose. Or at least with AJ, it's like, okay, I can understand that.
I 100% agree. I just wonder, are they in the room to have a conversation together? Like, you know, I'm retired after where I just want to leave when I came in. 10 years, I give you 10. I give you a decade, bro. I'm 40 some odd years old. I give you a decade in this company. Leave when I came in. I just want to go back to my family, bro. I really do. Because really, it sounded like he wanted to leave in 2025. He left as soon as 2026 began.
Yeah.
But there was a guy retiring in 2025, Q4. Like, oh, well, so
and when you think about it, when he was gonna supposedly retire, that's when he signed the small extension. And that was and it could have been out of respect for Cena. Because Cena announced his retirement tour a year before. But for all we know, just maybe he did the extension to give Cena his year.
That could have been it too. There are a lot of things, you know, that we'll never know, but hopefully Unreal will show us that. But I would love to see her hear it. And I mean, because they could have actually had a conversation. Said, no, let's do it right. Boom, boom, boom. Because somebody else retired too. New Japan.
Hiroshi Takashi.
All right. So who's to say they didn't have all three had a conversation? Whether it was like, I know John Cena probably didn't call him, but AJ may have had a link to him. And somebody may have gotten like minds together and say, hey, I'm going this time. Wouldn't that be crazy if three of the biggest names in the industry all left and went home into the sunset? And
Sometimes people have those conversations.
And we can't forget Goldberg retired too.
Goldberg did retire. And they cut Goldberg's mic off.
Yeah. That was honestly the one thing I was scared of. I'm like, I hope they don't pull a Goldberg on AJ
Dog.
Styles.
When that
was
shit
like,
came up, produced by Paul Levesque, and I was like, okay. And then once I seen Taker come out, I'm like, okay. But let me just see. Maybe make sure Gunther ain't gonna try some shit. 2 legends. What do I owe for this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit. You know. But then once Taker started talking, I knew what it was. But I thought at any moment, because that Paul Levesque produced by came on, I was like, please don't do this. Is not the time.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. I was like, uh-oh.
I ain't gonna hold you. I was too. I was like, oh shit. You cut this will be the worst episode. I'll flame this show for till Elimination Chamber at least.
I'm like, this ain't even Saturday Night Main Event for you to cut this off. This is Netflix. You can cut it off anytime you want.
For real. It's not like another show follows it.
Yeah. That would have been that would have been nasty work if they did that.
That shit would have been unprecedented. And I would have hated WWE for that. I would have low-key not even low-key, I would have hated him for like, okay, you did it to Goldberg. You should have learned. Because Goldberg, he's not in the same respectable category as AJ Styles when it comes to you know what I'm saying, body of work. Surely not.
Resume wise, it's not close.
Yeah, surely is. You're not close. However, Goldberg was an icon.
Yes.
I mean, you can say he is an icon, but yeah. Okay. So he doesn't deserve that. That's some shit. Like, I don't want to name anyone specific, but like, you know, a mid-tier guy kind of retires or something, you know what I mean? And that happens, you're like, oh my God. You know what I mean? That's not something you expect for a guy who was beating you for 83 weeks. Like, he was one of the like, when Stone Cold was at his peak, so was fucking Goldberg. They were probably the biggest two names. The Rock was okay. You might not have been alive at the time or old enough to see what was really going on. When Stone Cold was peaked, Goldberg was right. He was WCW's poster boy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, you put Goldberg on a milk carton, that shit is getting sold. Goldberg can go on these cups, sold out. Goldberg going on these shirts, they're gone.
You know how many people look at the WCW World Championship and they say when they look at that belt, Goldberg's one of the first people they think about?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. He was him. He was the Ultimate Warrior in the 1998 form. 1990, you know what I'm saying? Like 1997, 1998, like Goldberg. He was a reincarnated version of that. That essentially. He was peak level, massive popularity. The way they did him with the 173-0 and it didn't die down because he got to WWE talking about Rock. I mean, remember we talked about people when they make their debut. Look who they make their debut against.
Yeah,
Goldberg broke through his day when Chris Jericho came to the company. Who did he debut? The Rock, right? These things make sense. So when Rusev comes to the company, he's going against Tozawa. You know we ain't got high hopes for you, brother. I don't want to be a dickhead, but just historically, that's the reality. It's the unfortunate truth. Tell me different. Show me different. You'll find a few, ping, 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 but that's it. You're only going to find a few cases.
Look, we can say the same thing about Oba. First person he got when he was debuted to the main roster, Cody
Rhodes. And he left Cody bloody.
I was going to say, as Cody's lawyer, he got the shit beat out of him.
You know what? That did extra good for Oba because that wasn't meant to happen.
It wasn't.
WWE in his peak, the blood wasn't meant. So him bleeding and looking like he was battered and bruised really led to the legend of Oba Femi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Oba could disappear for a while, and they'd be like, "Okay, want to come back?" They could just do vignettes, the Legend of Obafemi, the Legend of Obafemi, like the things you can do with Obafemi. A lot,
Yeah,
a lot. I don't like him going out of main event and doing things, but it's like, maybe they're just testing some waters here. They want to clear out a couple of kinks. I also want to talk real quick, just in a quick moment, whatever the case, we can expand on it or not. Brock Lesnar Open Challenge. I believe that's going to be Obafemi. There's no need to do a storyline. No, you put out an open challenge. Who can stop the beast and blah blah blah. There's only one guy.
I feel like
I
would like it to be Oba, but if the rumors are true, it might be LA Knight.
If it's LA Knight, the WWE gotta just suck.
Because look, Lesnar said he wants to work with him. So I don't know.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Listen, if you do that shit, it's curtains. LA Knight should be pushed. Yes. Wrong guy. Wrong guy. There's no history. You set us up for the. If you're gonna do these face-offs at the Rumble and try to gauge, then don't. What are we talking about?
Technically, because of the face-off, it's already set up.
Yeah, Oba.
Yeah, for Oba, because of the
face-off,
that already was like, we want to see this.
Yes, you missed your mark with LA Knight and Brock. I don't even know if there was a time, but if you'd have put a championship on LA Knight, you could have made it a time because Brock is a predator. So if Brock sees another predator, he doesn't like, oh shit, let me stand clear. No, Brock is going to hunt, literally. And one thing I remember from a championship, I don't remember who was champion. They said when he won the championship, he's like, he now goes from being the hunter to the hunted. And that's literally what a champion is. Yeah. If you want the more hunted your champion is, the better his run will be. When Bret Hart was champion, Bester is the best. You're not the best. I will beat you. And he always talked about having to beat people and defend this and make it. And guess what? He doesn't have any. He only has one boring championship run. It was only because it was a day. He did a one-day championship run, so it was boring. Outside of that, all his runs are pretty good. Shawn Michaels, pretty good. I could look at CM Punk's, pretty good. The best in the world. If you put the titles first, everything else fall in line. Yeah, surely you'll get some stars that might be bigger than the title, but eventually you got to put a title on him. When Warrior beat Hogan and took that belt, and Hogan came back, and it was like, damn, this ain't going good. Guess what they had to do? You had to give that title back to Hulk. I mean, it's not going to work. They should have did that with Roman. To be honest with you, Cody should have never held the title for 6 years. 6 years. 1 year. He should have held it for 6 months. Maybe 8.
Look, and you know what? I agree with that. And the only reason why I think they had to leave it to him for a year is because you just beat someone that's been champion for 4. You got to at least make it look like he was good enough to hold it for at least a year. Imagine
there's logic to that.
Even if it wasn't Cody. Let's say if it wasn't Cody. Let's say it was Drew. Let's say Drew got it at Clash of the Castle, because that was about shy of 3 years. Imagine Drew wins it, and then he drops it in like 3 to 4 months. That will look crazy after beating Roman.
Hey, the styles make fights. You know what you do? You Sami Zayn that. Whenever these two fight, this guy's always gonna win. So it's like, I always got your number. I studied you. I know you inside and out. You know what I'm saying? I remember, and this is why match psychology, and it doesn't exist today, it's very not prevalent, and that's what makes wrestling horrible a little bit. I remember Shawn and Bret, everyone talks about the Survivor Series match, Montreal Screwjob. But if you go back to 92, right, that's the first time they meet for the world title. 92 Survivor Series. And Shawn was like, Bret told Shawn, all I need you to do is make one mistake. One. And Shawn went for some move off the second rope, Brett catches him by his legs and pulls him and puts him straight into the sharpshooter. Boom, you're one mistake. You got guys who aren't doing that. Well, there's no more match psychology, but like Sami Zayn and Drew have the ability to kind of do that because they keep highlighting the fact that Sami has never beat Drew. And if Sami, they got to highlight how Drew always beats Sami. And Sami's like, you know what I'm saying? To where it's like, I won't make these mistakes. I won't make these mistakes. But the reason you keep making the mistakes because you make a new mistake. Try not to make that same one mistake that you made 11 times or made 10 times or, you know, and that's the why you can't beat me. I'm in your head, Sami. I'm in your head. And then one day, maybe he pulls it off. And maybe it is a world title on the line. Maybe it isn't a title on the line. Who knows? But
actually, what I do want to mention, what you're using that reference, because I couldn't make it for the SmackDown recap. I remember I saw a clip. It was Sami and Cody arguing about the qualifying match, and I was like, I keep missing opportunity, but yet you stabbed me in the back when I was distracted by Drew. And then Cody was like, I took advantage. I saw the moment, and that's your problem.
Yeah.
When I said that, I was like, oh, wait, what?
That's why you're not champion or something like that. Like
exactly, yeah. Like it's not me that's blocking you from winning. You're doing that to yourself.
I don't want to see Sami Zayn win that title no time soon.
No.
But however, at the rate they're going with Sami, by the time you get to next year's Mania, he might be in a position where people will look at him differently and feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel, because like right now, low-key, I kind of like, if Sami's like, hey, you got to get him at this underdog thing. Like, I don't care about like, if Sami gets a little like more vicious, because Sami, one thing that's good about Sami, if I'm starting a company, Sami's like my 4th or 5th pick because he can do any style. He can promo any way you want. You want to do a little comedy, you want to be serious, you want to cut straight edge, you want like any promo. Sami is a very good, he's a wild card.
Yeah, he's
I can make him anything I want.
Yeah, similar to Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn is your most reliable worker.
Yeah. Yep. He has a style that's aesthetically pleasing. He has a style that he can go rough and rugged. He can go hard, core, like bruiser, Pete Dunne, bruiserweight style, hard hitting.
Outside El Generico.
Yeah. Well, Sami Zayn is a jewel. I wouldn't, if he was in my company, he'd be like a 2-time, he'd be like a Sid. Actually, Sid has no mid-tier championships. But I would do the opposite. Sami Zayn would have like 1 world championship and about like 6 or 7 mid-tier mid-tier
honestly,
championships.
I'd give him a similar
very long runs on them.
I'd give him a similar Kevin Owens run, like resume-wise.
He'd be my Mr. Perfect. He would be my Mr. Perfect.
I can see that.
He would be my Mr. And there's no shame in me saying I'm not trying. I mean, I call him the Canadian hobo because of his look, but like, I'm not gonna lie, man. Sami Zayn can do a lot. I'm not even like really fond of his character, but let's be clear, he can be.
Because behind the scenes, we talked about it. Because when I was saying the best time they could have put the belt on him was Roman.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best time.
100%. 100%.
And if they're gonna do it,
we're rooting for him to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best time. Right now, if the plan is to have Sami Zayn in the main event for the belt next year at Saudi at Mania, you're gonna have to do for Sami probably the greatest like Rocky story build ever for him.
Just don't have him use the words underdog or act like an underdog.
Yeah. Because you
act like you owe this to me and I'm just here to collect.
Yeah.
That is due.
You had Sami made it clear he's not an underdog anymore. Even though it still feels like he is, you got to take away the underdog feel, or at least make him come off like he is him.
Yeah,
it's like because he still talks like he doubts himself. That's the other problem.
Yes. Like, I don't want to say he needs Trick Williams a good nemesis for him.
but it's very teeter-totter seesaw because Trick Williams is on a meteoric rise. You don't want to stifle that. When something is that organic and that white hot, let it be. Sammy could come in and mess that up because the way I would want Sammy to come at him is, you got handed yours. You came in here with a good beat and a good outfit, saying a bunch of catchy phrases, but in ring you can't hold a candle to me. You want to get it lit, but you don't want smoke. Line it up. Matter of fact, we can go in the back and have a parking lot brawl. No musical entrance. No promo. Hey, just put on jeans and a t-shirt. I know you got one. And Sammy's gonna cook. Yeah. Right? Like, but that's gonna hurt Trick because that's not the element we need to see him in.
So hold on. So Vinny, the reason why Sammy turning heel may not really ever happen for a while is because Sami Zayn is very likable. It would be like right now, it'd be hard to turn him heel. It would be. Like, as far as the SmackDown brand, the only person who can turn heel that fans would love to see, because it's really what they want to see, is Cody.
It's Cody.
And Cody has pitched it. He's pitched it. We all know he's not heel because
WrestlePalooza. They talked about Randy getting in. No, that wasn't WrestlePalooza. It was something else. I think it was still with Drew, though.
But either for WrestlePalooza, it was they would have had
Randy to get involved.
Yeah, they wanted Randy to get involved. It would have cost Cody the match for Drew to go over. Yes. Cody would have been on the chase for it. Supposedly during the chase, he probably would have turned heel in the process. Who knows? But even Cody, he on his podcast, I think he was talking to Rey Mysterio. He teased, he said, like, I think it's about that time for me to, like, kind of tweak my character a bit, like do something. Mm-hmm. He said that, but we know why he can't turn heel, and he's kind of letting us know subliminally it's not on me. We know why they're not letting him turn heel.
He'll do it.
Yeah,
he'll do it.
And if anyone's seen his work in the Indies, he's not a bad heel.
No, it'd be better for him to be heel at this point too.
Yeah,
but they're looking at merch sales and stuff. But like, let me tell you something.
Come on, man! If we get Cody Homelander like merch in that shop, that shit's gonna sell.
The American Nightmare, when you turn those colors and take that red, white, and blue out, and you Hulk Hogan him. We turn that American Nightmare into a horror thing where Cody is like snapping, he's hurting people. Whoever he wrestles, they get hurt for 2 to 3 weeks, so they're off of TV. So-and-so got a stinger, blah, 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 blah. You dressed it up as whatever. Cody is going out and hurting people. We have to stop this. And it's like, I went out and kissed babies for weeks. Now, all I'm doing is giving out good luck. What? Yeah, I'm breaking legs. And you know what I mean? Like, it's like, hey, you wanted a cake, you got to break a few eggs.
Yeah.
It's bound to happen. Cody would cook. Cody would cook.
I do think so. This is like, I'm gonna have a little 2K GM mode moment right now.
Let's do it.
So if we get supposedly a multi-man match for the belt, if it's up to me, Randy goes over. Give him the number 15 as champion, right?
Fuck yeah.
You do that. At some point, you're gonna have to do him and Cody to get to that match we've been trying to get to for the belt.
Okay.
I would still have Orton go over. He retains. And that's going to be where I make Cody snap and he turns heel. Because the tease they've been doing is Orton turning heel. I would hit them with the double whammy. Instead of you thinking it's Orton, it's Cody who turns.
Fans, because people want to cheer Randy. People love Randy.
Right. So even if Randy was to turn heel, it's not going to work. You're just going to make him more sinister than he already is, and that's the Randy we like. Yeah. So it's like it won't really work.
The way you kick John Cena's dad. I ain't gonna hold you. I like it too.
Orton turning heel is only gonna mean we might see more punt kicks, which I wouldn't mind that. Don't get me wrong.
Kick Cody's mom, bro, in the head, not a Randy kick, not like on some literal like punting. You know what I'm saying? But because he's done it to John Cena's dad. But people want that sinister Randy. If he to Mama Rhodes, The Rock said he was gonna make your mama cry. I'm gonna hospitalize the bitch. You know what I'm saying? And like Randy goes out on a
That would be crazy. See, I don't know if he'll do that with the moms, but I could definitely see him doing that to his wife.
oh god.
I don't think the mom will be a thing, but the wife, I could see that. And you know, imagine Orton pulls a Stephanie. You want to talk sinister? Do what he did to Triple H with Stephanie. Do that shit.
Imagine him doing that so Cody would go out and protect his mom, leaving his wife because Randy was always saying these things about his mom, but the whole time he was eyeing Brandy. Ties Brandy up in the ring. Not ties her up, just handcuffs her to the rope. No, Cody's handcuffed to the rope. He arcade. Man, come on, man.
That'd be crazy. The whole time, let's say he's talking about Mama Rose. Like, oh, you thought I meant your actual mom? No, that other mama you got is hot. And nah, Brandy.
That would be.
That's what.
No, I'm not even gonna say Randy kissing Brandy. I ain't gonna do that.
Nah,
I ain't gonna do
like,
that. Randy got a black wife. Cody got a black wife. It's Black History Month. We ain't doing that. We ain't colonizing during the month. but a punt kick or two, just setting it up for who he thinks it's the mom he's after, and Randy going after his wife just to like drop her in front of the kid.
See, now if they would have turned Orton heel, that's the type of booking I would do. Now you could kind of do a vice versa with Cody turning heel if you really if you're willing to let him go that route.
Cody too sweet. This dude been doing John Cena, Timo. It ain't happening. We can do a John Cena Homelander. I mean, a John Cena.
No, bro. If they let him, I mean, they won't, which is why it's unfortunate. But if he's on some like ROH indie heel shit he was on, nah, bro, it's different. It's different. He probably spitting at that man too, spitting on all his family members. He was wilding.
You remember Randy spit nasty, tough limb right in McFoley's face? Dog. Oh my gosh.
I just see me. I don't care what business it is.
Oh.
I can't kayfabe. I'm not kayfabing that, bro. On site, you gotta die, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. You gotta die.
Yo, he spit. That shit was so. I remember Shawn Michaels and Brett talked about it for their SummerSlam match. Well, his match with Undertaker, Shawn was special ref, and he was supposed to spit in Shawn's chest, but he was so tired. He had to like hawk some stuff up, and it just flew wrong, and it caught him in the face. But they agreed for him to spit in his chest. So him getting spit in the face was a shock to him, to Shawn, and imagine this guy. Good, you promise. Spit in your chest. All right, good. I got this shirt on. Good. And that must. Jeez, man. Spot on. Luke, I can't say her last name, but Brierley. Yes, Raquel Rodriguez did advance in the to the Elimination Chamber.
Yep. Honestly, I'm not surprised she won.
I was rooting for her.
Yeah, I didn't mind her winning.
Yeah, I thought it's a change of pace for the chamber because of you need someone to be powerful too.
Yeah.
If WWE wants to pull a card and you wanted to do power versus power, Bianca's not available. You want to pull some because the Judgment Day is this thing, and you got to bring this thing to an end. This thing started with Edge. Edge is in a whole nother company. You don't went through so many people. Damian Priest ain't doing that no more. You don't went through the Terror Twins. Let Raquel win the chamber.
Ooh,
You want to see Raquel and Jade?
I don't, but I wouldn't mind it. But I don't think it'll be.
I got 3 people who could probably win it. I'm thinking either Rhea, Tiffany Stratton, or Alexa Bliss. That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Big three. They're gonna go with Rhea. I can't picture them not, because Rhea is strong and big, and Jade's been talking about I'm that bitch. Like, so you know what I'm saying? Oh, you're that bitch, and she comes out with it. Rhea is strong. I don't think she's stronger than Jade, but aesthetically, when you're watching, I don't think you're going to be able to decipher, because they can both do power spots. Although most people would say Jade is stronger.
And Rhea has mentioned numerous times she wants to face Jade.
So I think that's and to be honest, there's good money in there. I would do it.
On paper, it works. I'm not gonna lie, because
I would do it.
Tiffany Stratton, I'm not trying to see that match again, respectfully.
Yep.
And at least with Alexa
on SmackDown and such.
Yeah. And with Alexa Bliss, I would only say her because you add the tension with Charlotte Flair, and that probably adds her to the match.
Yeah, I just think she's too small for Jade. I think you'd have to use a transitional champion to have Alexa take that belt off her. I would never want to see Alexa and Jade.
And I mentioned a few weeks ago that Rhea probably should transfer to SmackDown because it would be a new scenery for her. She's done everything she could on Raw.
Yeah. The problem is Netflix.
Yeah, they're not dropping it.
You ain't going over. No. You can make an appearance if you want to. Monday, you better be home before the streetlights come off. That's what I do know, So, she's gonna be stuck on Raw forever. Just like Roman challenger for the world heavyweight. Yeah, it's Netflix wants their money worth. So
they spent what 10 billion. That was the deal, right?
I thought it was somewhere between 5 and 10. It's a number between 5 and 10.
So regardless, 5 to 10 billion. You give me what the fuck I want.
Yes.
So I'm not mad at Netflix for that. I'm not.
Yeah. And there's nowhere you can go bigger than Netflix. That's the biggest platform. So WWE does not want. I mean, think about this. Cody popped up tonight on Netflix. It's not too often, and it happens, but Ross popping up on SmackDown is not as often as SmackDown stars that come over to Raw.
Yeah, but that only happened with Cody because they were in his hometown, and they did a whole Bullet Club reunion because damn near all the Bullet Club members were there for AJ. Even had a few TNA people.
What else we had, Gamash? We've been on here 92 minutes, brother. 92.
Oh yeah, we had Javon Evans and Kofi Kingston.
I ain't gonna lie. Should have did this match. Did Javon get hurt?
It looked like he hurt his knee. I don't know if it was kayfabe or not.
Yeah, let's wait and see. But he caught hella air. I'll say this: I wanted Kofi and Javon on the PLE, not Mania, but like Elimination Chamber, Payback, or Bad Blood, or you know what I'm saying? Because people have already made, and Michael Cole said it one time on live multiple times. That's basically, the student and the teacher, of the student and whatever, right? It is who we think you will be versus when I see them next to each other, I'm like, oh no, these are very different people. Javon is, oh man, this is gonna sound weird to say, but just follow me on this. Javon Evans is like a young, very athletic Randy Orton, athletic that Randy Orton never possessed. If you go back and watch when Randy debuted in WWE, he was very lanky, very like, this guy's gonna be your world heavyweight champion one day. Like, I can't see it. He'd have to bulk up. Like, you go back and look, you're like, damn, Randy was flimsy, because Edge, off the top of my head, Edge is the first frail champion
When you talk about the World Heavyweight Championship, he's the first frail guy I can think of.
I can see that.
Like I, off the top of my head, frail guy. Because most guys, they're small. Like they're small and they're small. But Edge was like 6'4", but like long and lanky, like Giannis or an NBA player. And it's just like, man, someone's gonna break him. But his skill set and how he, you know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So he ended up looking the part, but like sometimes the matchups would be like, but Edge always made it work. Javon Evans, when I saw him next to Kofi, I'm like, oh wait, this is very different. He's taller, he's longer, he's more elasticy. He has youth on his side. Oh, this could be very, very good for Javon. But I wish he would have did it at a PLE and built that. Like, you learned everything you did from me. Yeah, they call you bouncy, but you're not more skilled than me. And then they can just show Royal Rumble highlights. I've scathed of elimination. You did one Royal Rumble and thinks we're supposed to shake your hand and bow down to you? I was a world champion. You weren't even NXT champ. And you want to come up here to the big leagues? I would definitely have a field day of running that into a PLE. But they gave it to us on Raw, which I'm not mad at. I ain't mad at. But I will say this. I'm running Raw. If I'm running the WWE, I'm like, can we get that to a PLE? Can we get them to exchange? We can put them in different type of matches where they're within range of each other.
What PLE would you have booked that for? Because I think after the Chamber, I don't think we get a Saturday Night Main Event. Because I think I overheard them say the Chamber is the last PLE before Mania.
Ooh.
I believe they said that.
Chamber is the 28th, and then
we got a month and change until Mania.
What PLEs do the WWE still have left this year to include Saturday Night Main Event? I need the dates. Got my WWE app. You know what I'm saying? I'm lying and shit. People are probably like, what? You got a WWE have to do like that? All right. So remaining Elimination Chamber. Oh, you're right. Yep. Night 1, night 2. Then Backlash, May 19th. Then it says SummerSlam, August 1st and 2nd. So they have nothing scheduled right now that's been put out from June and July. Yeah, so September's already booked. Money in the Bank, New Orleans, September 6th. Saturday Night Main Events already held in 2026, January 24th. Expected Saturday Night Main Event shows remaining. They got one for July, fall, and winter of 2026.
Okay.
WWE has not officially announced dates and locations yet. Okay.
That just shows until Mania, after post the Chamber, they got about a month and a half to get
6 weeks.
Yeah.
6 weeks. Because you got all of March, and then the 18th, 19th, that's essentially just a little over 2 weeks into the, really, it's like 3 weeks. So it's almost like 7. It's like 7 weeks. Because March has 31 days. And then you got the 18th is day 1. So 31 plus 18 is 49. So 49 and 50 days, you're looking at 6-7 weeks.
So let's see what happens. Also, the last segment to talk about.
Start.
Liv made a decision. She chose Stephanie Vakir as her. Shout out to Stephanie Vakir on selling that knockout when Shorty hit her with the mic.
Yes, the way her body dropped.
That was a good sell.
Yes. I was like, did she hit her with the butt of the mic? Because the sound it made too was great.
It was the legit mic.
Yeah, she hit her with the speaker part, but like the way she dropped made me have to question, like, dog, she got gun. Was that dog? Just trust fall, and nobody was behind her.
That body went limp like that. Oh man, that was beauty. That was beauty. She sold a forearm injury. I don't know if that's a real injury or like, oh, I got a stinger because you did something. Maybe you stepped on me or landed a little awkwardly or whatever, or maybe just selling, which wrestlers, I mean, they work on that, so they're really good there. But is this the right choice? Jay walking off?
Yeah, it was.
I disagree.
You think she should have picked Jade?
Nope. I think it was the right choice, but Jade should have helped her. Anybody could have run. Does Stephanie have any allies?
Not really. If so, everybody's in the tag division. That's been the problem.
Never mind then. Because I was going to say somebody should have ran out to help her. And in Elimination Chamber, we're going to see 2-on-2. It's going to be whoever's challenging. But no, we got to do that later. That should be a Raw match, though, or a SmackDown match or something. Jade and Liv will take on Stephanie and whoever's challenging Jade. And it's like, but here we're gonna make this a kicker,
and that could be Rhea. And on paper, that already looks good.
Yes, and they've done these type of matches before. So yeah. That works for me. Jade and Liv versus Stephanie and Rhea. I'm sold. Who's in the women's chamber? Who's in the women's elimination chamber this Sunday? Just remember that Raquel Rodriguez just qualified.
It's Raquel, Rhea, Tiffany Stratton, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Kiana James.
Yep. Yep.
I'm still sticking with my three. It's either Alexa, Rhea, or Tiffany.
You don't think? Oh man,
Asuka,
I low key starting to get high on like Kiana James.
Asuka not winning it because of the whole thing with Kyrie. I don't see her winning it. Raquel,
Kiana James going to take the U.S. title.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
And it should be at WrestleMania. She does something to cross Julia because that, again, whenever you have bodyguards, managers, or whatever tag team, the split is always where the money's at. And then one of them's a champion?
Yeah, she could easily just say, because you try to qualify, you didn't make it, I did. And once I made it, I realized as part of my agency, you're not worth my investment.
Oh,
that's what she should go with. And
I like it. Yeah, you got to get Julia hot because the women's US title, men's not too far behind. Carmelo, I'm just gonna call a spade, and it's not your fault, brother, because they did the US Open Challenge to the point where now you got it, but we don't need to keep seeing that. So they got to put you in a storyline to get you hot, to get that thing going. There's no reason a U.S. champion should be in elimination chambers. Why do you need a world title match? I have a title.
That's why
you're not even trying to make your title hot. You're trying to go after another title. And
that's why I didn't like Melo being part of the qualifying match.
I hate when they put other It's like, and your title ain't even relevant right now. Oh, you got to be kidding me. But like Kiana,
Melo, Trick, Mania, put the belt on Trick.
Hold on. My fucking blood pressure went up. What'd you say?
I said Melo versus Trick at Mania.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the world title. I was like, whoa, brother.
No.
Slow down. Slow down. I like Trick, but golly.
Not this early. We can't skyrocket him like that.
Nah, but the U.S. title? Let's do it. And then, obviously, whatever pay-per-view follows Mania, it'll be their rematch. And I don't think you need to go for 3. WWE has to start get out of that 1-1-1. Everything does that. I beat you. The fact that Drew McIntyre's got 11 wins over Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn ain't never beat this man. Good cinema. Let's keep that going. Because that becomes the streak. Find these Undertaker streaks. Who has a streak of something? Anything.
Yeah. The other one also they are gonna go back to at some point is Rhea and Io. Rhea has never
Rhea's never never beaten Io.
Yeah.
So down the road, that tag team split for a title, and Rhea still loses the title to Io or vice, whatever the case, is gonna be a thing. And make it, yeah. But the thing about that is, too, do we want to see her overcome it? Or whoever is in the position of never having to do the one thing, right? In Io Rhea case, no, I don't ever want to see Rhea. I want to know that Rhea Hogan has a weakness. Her weakness is Io Sky. The Genius of the Sky has the blueprint for how to beat Rhea.
I would say, because at some point I do think it's gonna break. But what I would do if that's gonna happen, that's when you should turn her heel.
Who?
Turn Rhea heel.
Oh, that's an easy pull. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. If you're gonna have her end that streak, I would have her do it when she's here. I would have her do it.
Stone Cold did, not the exact way with aligning with Vince McMahon to beat The Rock, but doing something out of character to have to overcome.
Right.
Because
Because Rhea's gonna have to look at it like I've done it this way, this didn't work, that way, this didn't work, da 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 da. I've done everything but this, and I'm done.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you.
So if she's still gonna stay babyface, I would say no. Keep the streak going. If you're gonna end it, she's got to be turned heel. And Io's too likable, so you can't even be like, let's turn Io heel. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, I think Io, her popularity, her baby face look, like literally.
Yeah.
The physically, aesthetically, all of it. She just looks like a good person. It wouldn't do anybody wrong. So, yeah, let it be Rhea. Let it be Rhea. I want Trick to win Money in the Bank. Yo, Vinny.
That's not. You know what's funny? Because I was just saying, if LA Knight doesn't get Money in the Bank or King of the Ring, he's cooked.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's cooked. But if he doesn't get Money in the Bank and Trick does, I wouldn't be mad at that. That's a good marketing. Yo, Trick with that briefcase, with that style, and that would be a good look. I'm not gonna lie.
Trick with them have, because the he can hire a manager, someone to hold the briefcase. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to stop just the lemon pepper steppers. That's got to be a rare thing. When he wears certain shoes, oh, you know, I put my lemon pepper steppers on tonight. Oh, tonight we got the Louisiana rugs. As we are in the Louisiana building. And then some nights it's just, oh, you thought I wore a special shoe for y'all? Absolutely not. Then there were Crocs out this month. But anyway, back to business. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't need every lemon pepper steppers. Mike Cole, like, oh man, he called lemon pepper steppers. That's gonna be done in about 3 months. You know what I mean? Trick is gonna always have to find different vernacular to come back with that's gonna catch on with people. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wear it out, but at the same time, you want to make it feel special. Like, yo, when he does certain things, you know, when he comes out in all white, I think that all white, I wouldn't do that every week. Yeah. But that all white is impressive. It's an impressive look. It just, I mean, why the hell not?
Right. it almost makes me upset that the woman's briefcase is white. Because if Trick had a custom briefcase in white and an all white fit,
yo, he can still do all white, like all white lettering with like an embroidery of the letters that are a certain color, like that fits whatever. You know what I'm saying? He can do some things. He can do something. He's not exactly stuck.
Yeah.
You know. but a trick Willie in the bank is you got a Willie in the bank, a Willie. Yeah, most people got a Millie, but I got a Willie. You see this here? Just to let you know, when I decide to be champ, it's done. Say less. Let's talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's another thing you should adopt. Say less. So when someone's like, "Oh man, you know what? I think you should get a match." Say less, and just start. I'm not saying he needs to start doing Coming to America, but like he's got to find certain other things that eventually, because when he starts,
like my top in no order, my top 3 choices for Money in the Bank for like who to win it in no order would be LA Knight, Trick Williams, and Dominic Mysterio. That's like my top 3.
Yeah, 100%. No main eventer already. I wanted straight Mig Carter, who's my number 1 would be Trick Williams. Carmelo was up there. Like it or not, Joe Hendry carries a wallop, and I want him off of NXT. Ricky Starks, get him out of there. Like bring him up to the main roster.
I'm actually surprised Saints is still there.
Yeah.
And who's the North American champion again?
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page, yeah. He should have been out of there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
He would be a great heel in the main roster.
Dog. I didn't catch that, but it's all good. Oh man, but you got any? It's almost 2 hours. I got work in the morning, and I got to get up early. And I'm trying to get over that cold. I'm almost good. No fever today. Couple little side effects, whatever. But as far as what I was feeling the last few days, man, listen, very blessed. Come on, you got any last minute little things? Because
Nah, we went through a lot tonight, man.
Been through a lot, but Raw regardless if you thought the episode was good, bad, or ugly, it left you with a lot to talk about low key because we're going into the Chamber this weekend.
Yeah,
of WrestleMania week. So it's like
that's why you know what I'll say this about the show. Because, again, for me, because of the appreciation for AJ, I can't say I didn't like the show. But if I'm going to grade it as the final Monday Night Raw going into the East Elimination Chamber, it was not the best show. Like your Raw before going into a PLE, it wasn't the best Raw.
Right. Don't forget Bronson Reed getting hurt. I mean, who knows? There could have been some big, but still, that wasn't the main event. That was early in the show.
Yeah,
that was like the opening. I mean, just surpassing the opening segment.
That was the first match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
So bad, man.
So
yeah, that's about it for me, though. How about you?
I didn't like it. Didn't like it. But them putting AJ in induction brought it up.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go super negative or anything, and just it wasn't my cup of tea. But hey, every show don't have to be. But I'm not gonna give it a rating score. But I will say it wasn't my cup of tea. But the AJ thing at the end, I would have did it differently. But no matter what, it was a great touch, great way to end the show. Because the speech he did, I'm like, he should have did that over there. I don't give a damn, but to find out that he's going to the Hall of Fame and you got this locker room come out and all that, the crowd killed the show, bro. That Atlanta crowd, that crowd sucks. Straight up, crowd sucked. They didn't pop really for nobody that night. Like they just was not. I don't know. AT, I don't know what y'all got.
Yeah. But no, I agree. For me again, you take away the AJ appreciation, and I'm just watching it as the final Raw for Elimination Chamber. I didn't like it.
Right, I'm with you.
Yeah. But again, shout out to some of the highlights. Again, shout out to Liv and Stephanie. That knockout mic hit. That was
fire. That body drop was cold.
That was a nice spot.
That body drop was cold. Hey, shout out to Kofi and Javon Evans.
Yeah. And I feel like every time Javon hits that the OG cutter, he's jumping higher.
That which is why I would like I'm about to be on Twitter, X if you nasty, and whatever, and find out if that's a real injury or not. But whatever the case.
Yeah. Because it looked like he almost overshot that OG cutter.
Woo. Yeah. But any last minute, and then we up out of here. We gotta go because Lord knows.
Just gonna end off saying thank you, AJ Styles. That's about it.
Damn. Just to follow that up, I think that really has to be what needs to get said. For anybody, whether they're serving country or they're doing 20 years on their job and they have to be away and they do family things and they have to make decisions, but yet they're still in their job, right? AJ Styles did that for 20 plus years, and wish would have been longer. But hey, at the end of the day, you ended it the way you wanted to. You went out on your own terms. You went out on a PLE. You definitely drew some money, and you have left behind a great legacy. So salute to AJ Styles. Nothing, no slander for me to AJ Styles and everything he has done for the business. Salute to him, and I'm very happy he gets to be with his family because, again,
yeah,
the road schedule, especially the old WWE and TNA, and I would just
at the house rarely.
I would just hope that when they say this is the end, he's not gonna be like where we saw like Ric Flair or whatever, right? I would like to see that if he does come back in some capacities, maybe some sort of backstage or whatever. But whatever he does, I hope him all the success in the world.
Yeah.
And salute to AJ Styles, man.
And he also has he's also fortunate enough to say he left still appearing like he was still at his best.
I mean, yeah.
Because the guy was still moving like he was in his 30s.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So let me at least say this: it didn't feel like he deteriorated as his career was flowing further. So he can say he still left at a good form. Pause in advance, just in case.
Yeah. Well, salute to AJ. I'm gonna have to watch his back, at least the end. And he's the next one inducted into the Hall of Fame class of 2026. So look forward to seeing that WrestleMania weekend. Gamaj, anything else?
That's it for me.
Well, that's it for me. Y'all know what it is. Y'all is here with Gamaj, your favorite wrestler's favorite podcaster. Y'all know who it is, the undisputed podcast champion of the world. I'm not gonna do it too loud because I know a lot of people here are asleep. But until then, we'll see y'all Wednesday for the Wednesday Night Wars. And after that, Friday, unless something breaks in the wrestling world, make sure that you hit the like, share, subscribe to the channel, become a member. We got something going down because you never know. We still have to figure out what is in this box that we also have to open. We have our very own box going down. So let's see what that's about. But until then, we will see y'all on Wednesday. Y'all have a good week. Peace and blessings. We'll see y'all Wednesday.